between 1st October and 17th October, the process between 1st October, when a notice of motion was given in the National Assembly, to 17th October, when a resolution was taken by the Senate, had pretenses, half-hearted pretenses of public participation. That will demonstrate. The process on 18th October, buoyed by any lack of checks, buoyed by the fact that any attempt at checking the institutions had not yielded fruit, now they became brazen. They now undertook a process on 18th October, now completely without any pretense of public participation. There is no single Kenyan who was given a chance to ever say what their take is on Honorable Kithure Kindiki, my law lecturer of yesteryears and a fundamental scholar, my good people. No Kenyan was given a chance to give any thought on whether or not he is suitable to be deputy president. No member of the public, no memoranda was received, no meeting was called anywhere for anyone to give any thoughts, no email address was given to be crushed by Kenyans, as we now know Kenyans can do it. Completely no pretense at public participation. I'm emphasizing these points, my lords and my lady, to demonstrate the point I made earlier, that we have now been taught how perilous it is for us to rely on our executive institutions and our legislative institutions and our constitutional commissions as defenders of our constitution. We are now left with only one institution, this judiciary. I don't know where that noise is from within here. I think if they are doing renovations, they may be told that this is so important a day for renovations. We may defer them to another day. And let's face it. Let's face it. The process of 18th October 2024 took 6 hours as a deliberate scheme to defeat each of the principles and values of good governance I have alluded to: transparency, accountability, procedural fairness, and public participation. Who did these violations? We are also here to call people to account. Who did it? Between the time we left Senate around midnight, between the time Senate closed business around midnight of 17th October 2024, and the time we woke up to the presidential communique of 18th October 2024, in that night, the Bishop Oginde-led Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is documented in the President's memorandum to have received, processed, and given a clearance to Honorable Kithure Kindiki. That night. My lords, history is important, and I may not remind you why our Constitution prescribes that our presidents be sworn in during the day. We were all adults, we know where that comes from. It's one of the most autochthonous provisions of our Constitution. And therefore, when things happen in the night, we have reason to have our antennas high. Between the time Senate rose on the night of 17th October 2024 and the time we woke up in the morning of 18th October 2024 to the President's communication to the National Assembly, we were told that the IEBC, which we now know is not properly constituted, has no commissioners, had purportedly cleared Honorable Kithure Kindiki in the night. I will not say much about KRA because I think KRA can work overnight and we will not complain. but it was not memorandum. The other culprit was the president himself. The president of the Republic of Kenya undertook these clearances overnight, and in the morning had a clear, proofread memorandum. Exceptional efficiency. We celebrate that. To Parliament. Then the National Assembly itself. Now this is curious. The National Assembly itself had called a sitting prior to the resolution of the Senate. The sitting was called prior to the resolution of the Senate. To sit on a day, ordinarily not a day of sitting of the National Assembly, to process a resolution of Senate it had anticipated, the removal of a deputy president from office, and processing clearance or approval of another deputy president. We sit here as judges, we sit here as court assistants, we sit here as advocates representing various parties. I don't know who among us, once we take away the cloaks of the official roles we play, was proud as a Kenyan observing these events as they happened. I don't know who among us was proud